Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's a really overcast, kind of heavy day here in Berlin. I decided to head out into the rainforest park near where I live and to share with you guys a little bit deeper insights, going a little bit more in depth on what I presented yesterday about bowing down before our trauma, seeing our trauma as an inner master and drinking in its wisdom. And another word that I'm going to use today that might resonate with you a bit more, or you could say is interchangeable with trauma, is our inner blockages, right? Where we feel we're just blocked, we're closed. That can be quite painful, especially if you have awakened Kundalini flowing. You can just feel like it just keeps hitting up against it. There's no flow in your life. Because if there's no flow in here, it can feel like there's no flow out here, right? So if you've got areas where you're really stuck, this video I think will help you relate to that blockage in a deeper way, and it will give you maybe a little bit different perspective on how to work through energetic blockages. So the first thing I want to talk about, so what does it really mean when I say to drink in our trauma or our energetic blockages wisdom? What does it really mean to bow before it? And I've found in myself, sometimes I tend to go, I'm willing to be with the blockage, but sometimes I go into the blockage with the mind. I'm looking to figure out, what is this blockage trying to tell me? You know, I sometimes am willing to go into the blockage just so that it can release, right? Sometimes that's my main movement. And so when we're going into our blockages, our energetic blockages, wherever they are, I know I've got one right in that upper back of my neck that I've been going into for the last 5 months. And I notice when I go into that blockage as the mind, there's always this subtle energy underneath it of wanting to get rid of it, you know? And so I might be going into it and being like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? And it's like I'm going into it to seeking something. I'm going into it searching for something, right? I'm trying to do something. And I want to make this clear that working with energetic blockages is actually all about receiving. So when we're going into the blockage as the mind, trying to figure it out with that subtle energy of, I'll sit with this, but I'm just sitting with this and feeling this to get rid of it, we're not really receiving. We're trying to do something to the blockage, right? Or a common one is breath. If we try to breathe, we can just breathe through the blockage. We can meditate the blockage away. Or maybe yoga. You know, we have all of these movements that we're trying to bring to the blockage to try to exert, and it's good to do things that are good for your soul and to nourish you. But if there's that underlying movement, that underlying energy that you're doing it because you're just tired of feeling it and you're tired of feeling the stuckness and the pain, then it's typically going to stay with us because, like I was saying yesterday, it still has so much to teach us. Now, the second way to go into this energetic block, wherever it is for you, maybe it's in your heart, in your throat chakra. A big one right now, I know, because so many of us are coming into our power, is our solar plexus. A second way that is more oriented towards receiving is you just go into the blockage and feel it purely as a sensation. And you don't go into the mind at all about it. You don't go into the mind looking for an explanation, looking for the hidden message or the meaning of the blockage. You just simply go into the blockage as really just spaciousness, as spacious awareness, and you just feel the blockage, and you just sit there and you feel it. And what happens if you can go into this blockage with this type of movement of, I'm not going into this blockage to get rid of it, I'm not trying to fix anything, I'm not trying to do anything to it, I'm just simply going into it to feel it, what you'll notice is that sometimes very spontaneously and suddenly an intuitive insight about it just comes into you, like it just flows into you, or you could feel it almost like bubble up. And maybe it's like a memory, maybe it's a vision for you, or maybe it's nothing like that at all. Maybe it's just this deep inner knowing about about what this blockage is trying to teach you, you know? And this is the movement. So what you're doing is you're actually just going into the blockage purely on a feeling sense level. And you're just really not even doing that to expect an intuitive insight to come. You're just so willing to be with the blockage. You just want to sit with it. It's almost like you're just simply sitting there holding your blockage, telling it that I love you, I'm here. I'm willing to sit with you till the end of time if need be. You don't have to go anywhere. Thank you for being here. Thank you for serving me. You know, you're kind of this attitude with it, like you're appreciating the blockage, the wound, the trauma. You're just simply holding space for it. You're just saying, here's the light of awareness. Here's source energy to help you, you know that you too are worthy of love. You know, these inner blockages, as painful as they can be, as, downright bothersome to the mind as they can be, they are also worthy of the highest love. They are also God, like I was saying yesterday. And when we can just simply merge into the blockage with this type of underlying movement, you will be amazed at how much will just start flooding you about what this is. You don't have to go anywhere seeking it. It's this information, these downloads, this wisdom wants to flow to you. So that's the teaching. When we're going into the blockage with the mind, there's always going to be that subtle, I just want to get rid of this, I'm over this, I'm tired of this. When will you just finally release? What is it you want to tell me? I've been sitting with you for so long, why are you still here? There's always underneath that subtle movement, because the mind is really oriented towards pleasure and pain. So the mind's always going to want to get rid of it. Whereas when you orient with the feeling as just a feeling, as just a sensation, and you leave the mind out of it, the mind can still have its thoughts, but you're just letting them be there. You're not contracting on them. You're not just giving your interest to them. Instead, you're giving your interest to the blockage, to the trauma. Then we're oriented more with awareness itself. And awareness never needs to get rid of anything. And when you don't need to get rid of it, you're just in the state of complete non-resistance. And I'm not saying it's going to happen just like that, but it's a movement that you can start cultivating within yourself that will just deepen and deepen and deepen. And you'll start creating more and more space for your energetic blockages. And you'll start really having this realization that, oh my God, there's the intelligence of the universe in this energetic blockage. When you really just go into it with this movement of bowing before it and opening yourself to receiving its wisdom, the things that it will start bringing into your life will really start transforming you on a very deep level. And you will actually naturally start having this attitude of, oh, you don't need to go anywhere. You are a little inner master, just helping me to become a master. And you will say, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. And wow, that's a big shift. And it can be a really powerful and cathartic experience when we can start having this shift. The last thing that I wanted to say about this is the trauma, whether you're going into it as the mind or as pure awareness, it's always unraveling itself. So even sometimes you can be going into it as the awareness, really deep in the feeling, and then the mind can come up with something really powerful and it can pull you, and then all of a sudden you're lost to the mind. and then you take a deep breath, you relax, you open, you melt, and then you go back into it as the feeling sense again, as the awareness. And I just wanted to let you know, like, even if you get pulled by the mind over and over again, and maybe you're only going into it as awareness for a few seconds at a time when you're first starting, and then you keep getting pulled to the mind, that's okay. And it's nothing to be hard on yourself about. Just continually be gentle when you find yourself going into the blockage as the mind again. Just, oh, hey, it's okay. I love you too, I love you, resistance. I love you, frightened mind. I love you, ego that's in pain. I love those aspects of us as we gently reorientate back to pure awareness. Because the truth about all of this is the trauma, the energetic block, the trauma lets go of you when it's ready. We don't let go of the trauma, it lets go of us. The energetic blockage, it releases and opens when it's ready to. We don't open it. We're not doing this. It's just how much can we kind of get out of the way of allowing life to do this for us. I've noticed it's when we become overly entangled with this process, and when we're trying to do it ourselves, when we're trying to make the block open, or when we're trying to have the trauma release, that's when things can get truly chaotic within us. And can we honor the chaos when things get chaotic? You see this movement I'm trying to transmit to you. It's just always flowing with what is. Okay, so we tried to do it ourselves and then things got chaotic. Okay, can we love the chaos that's coming up now? Can we be with that? Can we honor that? Can we see the divinity and the wisdom in the chaos that's here, showing us something? All of this is just really trying to bring you into a place of oneness with what is, of honoring what is, and of not trying to change so much about what is, but bowing before what is and drinking in the wisdom of what is. Because whatever's coming your way in every moment, whatever feeling, whatever thoughts, whatever external circumstance, is always exactly what you need to step into your highest self in every moment, is always exactly what you need to bring you into the deepest self-realization in this lifetime. So, yeah, that's I think that's where I'll leave it. I love you all. Hang in there. I know the energy recently has gotten extremely intense, maybe extremely heavy for some of you. I feel like myself, today and last night, I've kind of been in this pressure cooker where life is like, just squeezing out darkness and density from my being. And I was really feeling some just heavy unworthiness and darkness, just like that gritty, gnarly darkness, come over me last night. And it had been a while, but I felt like it was coming from the depths of my being, and like the universe was doing me this huge favor in this moment, like really emptying me out. And it was super intense too. But the intensity, if you're having these intense feeling experiences, if you're having intense thoughts, intense experiences out here, that's a beautiful thing, because that's a sign that the intensity is a sign that you're waking up to your true nature. Like when life starts waking up to life, things get much more intense, and there's just this depth to every moment. Every day starts feeling like an entire lifetime. And so the intensity is not a bad sign or something. It's just a sign like, whoa, you're really waking up to your true nature right now. And this is what is happening on planet Earth, is so many of us are really waking up to ourselves in a deep way and really quickly. And that the intensity is a sign of how quick this transformation is happening for some of us. So when you feel that gritty, intense darkness come up, that pain, maybe the rage, honor it, let it flow, let it flow, let it move. Do whatever you need to do to just let that energy clear. It wants to release. It's like our frequencies are going up, so anything down here, these lower energies, you could say, they need to come up and out. They're just emptying out, and that's what I've been feeling lately. It's just so squeezed and like, oh, stuff just coming out, and just loving it. And it's like, oh, thank you for serving me. Wow, you really, these parts of us deserve to be honored as they release back to source, or you could say as they integrate into light. So I love you all. You're doing such amazing work. Thank you for walking this path with me. I am truly honored to share this lifetime with you, to share these discoveries with you. And yeah, thank you for all of your support while I've been here in Berlin. Like I said, it's kind of felt like a dream. Not kind of, it's literally felt like a dream. So on that note, I will see you all tomorrow. Namaste.